Hello. Today we have two announcements that we're going to start with before we start the channeling. And first announcement deals with, is anybody interested in a group channeling? So where it's me, Tracy, 8 others, would that work?
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that and you think that's a great idea or a good idea, comment below and give us your feedback if that's something you're interested in. And then the second announcement is I'm going to post a link below for a video that we did with me, Sarah, and Tracy, how we talked about Lemuria. And if you're interested in Lemuria, then click on the link below. You won't be disappointed. It's pretty fascinating how the world even works and the universe is a big cycle.
Yeah.
What are the odds that Sarah knows this person in the previous life in Lemuria and also knows this person in this life?
Yeah. Shows the soul connection, soul family stuff.
I mean,
there is a little disclosure though. They brought me in on this video. They were already in it and I had no idea that this is what was going on. So I'm in this conversation willy-nilly, not realizing that it was being recorded for this. So forgive me for anything goofy that I might be doing.
Oh no, you was fine.
I'm playing with the dog. I'm chatting it up. I'm like,
so check out that video. I'm going to leave a link below. It's on my other YouTube channel, Guardians of Magic. So it's not on this channel, Jason with Q.R.E. So check it out. And then there's other videos with Lemuria and her interview with Jen and how they discuss with Atlantis destroying Lemuria. And even in Sarah's video where the three of us, they talk about Mount Shasta. So that was interesting with Mount Shasta because
yeah, there was a lot of links to that, just being there for that reunion in that class that week. So
and the odds that she was there in Mount Shasta, has the QHHT session in Mount Shasta, like what are the odds? So check it out. Yeah. And we'll begin our channeling with Tracy.
I guess that's my cue to go get Daniel
go get
and see what comes in. Weird things have been going on with the Ascension sessions where I close my eyes and I see things and they'll have me talk first. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight for the channel, because all week I'll be like, let me go get Daniel. And then I close my eyes and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing this. And they end up for few minutes just doing that. So lots of things are starting to shift with the Ascension sessions, and they're kind of leveling up in their own way. And so those have been a little bit different.
For those that are new to this channel, when she's talking about the Ascension session, that's Tracy's one-on-one session. That's over Zoom, Skype, TV, and so on, where you go into a channel as well, but also the person does their thing. Not hypnosis, but something else, right? Like a meditation.
I think I'm just going to say they go into a form of channeling as well, because we just go into this alternate reality together, and the channel takes them through some experiences, guides them through some things, and it gets pretty cool. So I've had little tiny angels show up. Like the gal thought that they were fairies, and then she's like, but they look like little angels. So she asked where they were from, and they weren't even from our galaxy. They were from another galaxy. We're having that sun portal opened up. We talked about that in one of the channels. And there's all these new beings that keep showing up. They keep coming through the sun portal. Now they have access. And these little tiny angels were from the sun portal.
Right.
I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff. Really fun things happen in these sessions. It's like,
interesting.
I know, it's like, who needs Walt Disney? We've got Ascension sessions. We're going to go see little baby tiny angels. And they weren't baby angels. They were angels, but they were tiny. And, going in to see secret cities in the water and dragons. We got lots of dragon stuff that happens. Fairies come around all the time. We've had some new, we talked about that in the last channel. There was the little sprite looking being that came, well, not little. It was bigger than us, but it was a sprite.
This video that we
Yeah, so a lot of new things coming in, and I don't know what to do with it because they have to use my references, and I don't have names for these things because I don't know what they are. And I've been trying to find some of them on like the internet to see if I can place names, you know, like get some names going with these things. But I did get a name of a group yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It was the, I'm actually going to go look because I wrote it down and I don't want to say it wrong. Ocnovians is how it sounded in my head. And this gal is a timekeeper, and she had some Ocnovian council come through, and she was able to describe them and actually found a likeness to them on the internet and showed me a picture. And they have these long necks and white skin and no hair, but still kind of a human-like skull, but their faces weren't necessarily, they looked more ET-ish, but yet their build and everything, other than they had really long necks, were kind of human-like. And they were coming in and they were very, like, they were purposeful mission. we got work to do. They weren't ready to joke around with the Arcturians at all. So so they had things to do. And so lots of fun things going on with those sessions right now. Nice. And let's go see what they have for everybody here today. So I'll go get them and we'll see what happens. We are here. We are here and ready to play.
All right. Is this Daniel?
This is Daniel, and the energy is good today. The energy is very expensive. Very, very good to play in.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, Daniel. Well, we'll open it up to you. Do you have any messages for us today?
Now just look at the collective. Your collective is growing. There are more coming.
When you say the collective, is that the YouTube collective, or is that?
Yes, your watchers, your viewers, they're growing in numbers, and they are sharing the word, letting people know. And we say hello to all of you that have been so kindly calling on the collective, the Arcturians, and many of you have asked for me specifically. And I say hello to you, and I let you know that they know we're here, don't they? They always come in when they hear our voices. So we do hear you calling in for the Arcturians and as well as the other collectives, and we do want you to know that your voices are being heard, and we are doing our best to open these channels with you. And many of you are asking for these same kinds of connections, and we just say to you, relax and breathe and let it come in, and trust your inner selves. It is a little bit of an adjustment to go from trusting that it is us speaking and not just you wanting for that to happen, as one might say. And so just keep playing with it, keep working with it, and keep working with your light languages and your pictures, your drawings, your sounds. A lot of toning to move the energy is also very good for you. And by toning, we don't just mean using your sound devices like the tuning forks or the sound bowls or even the music that you play, but also using your physical body, making sound out of the physical body. It is the best tool that you have. It is the most miraculous tool that you have. And so whether it is something you want to heal or it is something you want to move and shift, if you're having a bad day, if you are having aches and pains, if you are experiencing a bad mood, start using your toning just like you would with the Om. Use the pitches and the tones that come to you, and just allow your mind, just let go of all the thoughts around it and just allow for your mind to move the energy as you move the sound. And you'll find yourself shifting and floating and being in this better space. Just talking to you about it is making us feel even lighter. We feel almost floaty right now. The energy today is quite something, as we are shifting, and we just went through a really intense wave of energy. And it really is this big wave of energy that went through. And it's almost like you're going to get a moment to breathe. You get to breathe for just one moment. And then there's going to be the next wave of energy. But the way that we see this wave that just came through, and we're going to use some funny analogy that is popping in through Tracie's mind, is the last wave that went through might have felt more like a sandstorm hitting you. Yes, like very abrasive, and could have felt very rough for some of you to make it through this last wave. A lot of emotional stuff coming up, a lot of things to deal with, a lot of things that you thought were settled that came back to surface and are now being reintroduced to you. And so moving out some old energy through this blast of sandstorm that you just went through. And now this next wave that comes through almost feels like a cool drink of water in comparison, but it is still a very strong wave. So you may still feel yourself feeling a little bit tired, a little bit feeling overwhelmed, or making it hard to form a thought or make a sentence or complete a project. You may get started on something and find it hard to complete it. That is going to be the second half of November here and the first week of December. And so as that wave comes through, it will feel a little gentler than the one that you had been experiencing. But we do not kid around with you. These energies are very, very much here and designed to push and move you into something. And so a lot of you will start to feel that inspirational push. And if you're not following that guidance, we all know what happens next. The push becomes a shove, and then the shove becomes a bulldozer, and then the bulldozer becomes that psychic 2x4 clumping you over the head, and you will be forced into something. If the universe is trying to move you out of a bad situation into a better one, and you keep putting up the resistance and you keep making excuses or making reasons to not make that change, then the push is just going to keep getting more forceful. And eventually you will find yourself in a situation where you're going to wish that you had done it sooner than later. So this is your assignment as we talk to you today, is to just make sure that you are paying attention to the signs around you, paying attention to the little taps on the shoulder, the little nudges to move or do something. And if you get that ball rolling now, then when the actual time for the change comes, it'll be easy transition. If you keep resisting it, then it might show up as a sudden change that was unexpected and feels very harsh. And so we want to say to you, every one of you is getting your little clues, your little nuggets of information. It is time to pay attention to them. It is time to really pay attention and listen to the things that are being said and the way that they are lining up and how things are being shown to you, and start being the mastermind of your own little puzzle pieces and keeping track and placing them and seeing how that all lays out. You will find you are getting lots of information every day. And so watch for that. Let's just look again, see what else it is that we would like to share. A lot of you have been opening up the third eye. We are very excited to see that as we are looking through the audience right now. And if you are new and you haven't heard us talk about this before, we are viewing you in the future as you obviously are not watching this live. And so we are actually looking at the collective of people that will be tuning into this video, and we are looking at you to see what is it that you need to know, what would be beneficial for you to know at this time. And what we are seeing is all of these beautiful third eyes looking back at us. And so we want to connect with each of you in that third eye, and we are sending a frequency to you right now. And some of you may want to close your eyes if that is an appropriate thing for you to do, if you are in a place where you can do that, and just feel and focus on that third eye as we are sending that energy to you in the moment that you are hearing this. Asimishkiuna navateke antatanama ai ko samashikiana. Chichisimashiki kuganda de bewa tatanatichika. Esamashimeki to the batting Bepokian Tama, Aekean, that the Yusukukan Ganjapa, Aetanamashiki Unanania. O Sabashiki, and the Manju Samanene. For those of you that would like to receive that activation, please say yes to that, and that will be forwarded on to you. Some of you are working with the color red right now. And red is Tracie is in her head saying, well, of course they are. We're coming into Christmas. Everything's red. And yes, that is true. But you are going to really feel the resonance of red when it comes into the frequencies. Red is going to ignite some passion in you. It's going to give you some direction. It's going to give you some clarity on which direction you are supposed to go, which direction do you move. There are a lot of you that are ready to expand that consciousness into this next level, into its next phase of what it is that you are hoping to create with your own connections. And we say to you to please find at least 5 minutes a day to just sit quietly and invite this to happen. And as you sit with that, just feel the energy come in around you. And even if you're sitting on a subway, riding in a subway car, you can close your eyes for just a moment and say, what is it that you could show me right now in this moment? What is great about this moment in the subway car? And then you'll see something stand out to you in the subway that maybe you haven't seen before, maybe you haven't experienced before. Just ask for those little moments to be magical and have them show you something in this little magical moment. It doesn't matter where you are. And we really want you to do that if you're miserable. Mm-hmm. That's right. We really want you to do that if you're miserable. If you are really down in the dumps and you are really struggling with something, we want you to just close your eyes and ask, show me something about this moment right here that is magical. And just sit for a second and let that come in, because we promise you there is a magic in that moment and you will find it. And of course, Tracie is saying, have them post that down below. We want you to share if you have those magic moments. It is always fun to read these things and for you to share them. And they take a lot of pleasure out of seeing the interaction with the videos that are posted and what you have to share with Tracie and Jason. They enjoy that. And some of you live by a volcano. You may feel some activity in that volcano. You can pray to the volcano. You can talk to the volcano. And you can ask it if there is anything you can do, that any energy that it needs to help it move through the energy that is creating. We don't feel like there will be an eruption, but you may feel some activity with the volcano. But you may be able to calm that down as well. So if you are someone that lives near a volcano, just tune into your volcano in one of those moments and say, is there anything that you need from me today that can help soothe the energy around you? And talk to your earth, talk to your plants, talk to the air that you breathe, talk to the water that you drink, talk to everything. It is all consciousness. It is all alive, and it is moving through you, and it is alive in you. It is, you are life. It is life. It is all life. And so share your thoughts with these objects, as you might call them, these plants, these energies, the air, the earth, the water. It is never too early or too late to start a relationship with that which keeps you alive, right? Without this beautiful earth, you would not be here. Without that water and the air and the plants, you would not be here. The more of you that start to build this relationship with that which keeps you alive, the sooner you will expand that consciousness, the sooner you will start to expand your awareness, and the sooner you will really, really start to expand that joy of living in this planet. That will be fun to see how many of you will jump into that and just get cozy with the trees and the plants and all that lives among them and in them and around you. There are some of you out there also that could benefit from asking, what could I do to help my neighbor? Maybe you see somebody struggling, and that doesn't mean that the neighbor has to live right next to you. It could be a friend that you see struggling. It could be somebody that lives near you, or maybe a family that is having a hard time making it through the holiday season. Maybe it is family that just in general has a hard time making it through. And so maybe you could just sit quietly and say, Source, what is it that I can do in this moment that could help heal something for someone outside of myself? And start to expand that energy to somebody around you that could use use a little prayer, a little energy. And maybe they'll get instructed to actually go do something physically for these people. But follow that guidance and ask how you may be of service. That could be a very joyful thing to do in this time of year where there is so much going on with families and gatherings and holidays and the what do we want to call it? The traditions that people go through. Not everybody has that, and some people go into deep depressions during this time, and it could be good to reach out and to find ways to help others around you. At this time, we would like to invite Jason. We'd like you to come in with your questions, and then maybe again at the end, maybe we can do something like a meditation of some sort with everyone.
Sounds good. This was earlier in the video. You said that the energies was pushing us into something. You said it would start off as a push, then a shove, then a 2x4.
Yes.
What would be that something that we're getting pushed into?
A lot of you will be getting pushed into a new direction. You're very unhappy. Very unhappy in relationship, very unhappy with work, wherever you can place that. I am very unhappy with this. Maybe you're very unhappy because you don't have a relationship. Maybe you're very unhappy because you do and you don't feel it's reciprocal or it is supporting you in the way you want. And so you're going to be pushed to make the changes that are going to create the joy you are seeking. You are not going to just sit there and keep being unhappy. It is no longer allowed. You need to move that frequency out of those places. So either make take the initiative to make the changes that are going to make you happy. Move out of that job into a new job. Look for something that's going to make you happy. Call it in through Source. Help me find something that I'm going to love doing. And maybe you already know what it is that you want to do and what you will love doing. And then Source, help me find a way to support myself doing that. And sometimes it takes a little bit of faith on your end of that as well. But we do know that Source wants to show you are supported. So one of the things Tracie does, and she is saying, tell them to ask for demonstration. Ask for demonstration is her advice. Ask Spirit to show me some demonstration that I am moving in the right direction by showing me something in my path today that is going to confirm that I am moving in the right direction. And sometimes what you will find is something that is the exact thing that you were looking for is now there. Sometimes you'll hear somebody say something, or something will show up in your path that just gives you that little piece of confidence that you are going in the right direction. And so ask for the demonstration, as that is within your right to have that, and to desire that for confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. But yes, many people will be moved out of something and into something new. So if you see something fading out, friendships, relationships, work, different religious establishments that you are finding yourself no longer being pulled to and moving and growing out of that, let that die away nice and slow and easy and gently, and that's okay. And then move into this new energy, this new inspiration, this new thing that is pulling you, and you're finding yourself being passionate about it, whether it's a person, place, or thing. Just move in that direction. If you are feeling that pull, if you are feeling that pulse and passion come in, trust it. Did that help?
Yes, it did.
Wonderful.
The other possible small question would be, I think you said earlier or later on, share your energy because everything is consciousness, the water, the plants, and so on. If you had any examples of how to share your energy.
Ooh, here's a fun one to do. Just sit quietly and and focus on, if you are near a tree or a plant, yes, most people, we are looking to see, most people will be able to figure out a tree or a plant of some sort. Figure that out, find it. If you don't have it near you, or you could just sit and look at it out your window, or sit by a tree, or do something of that nature, find a way to get to something like that. Or if you went on a tremendous vacation and you saw the biggest tree in the world, and you have it very clear in your mind, now sit with that plant, that tree, that life form, and ask if you can shapeshift and experience what it is like to be that tree for just a moment, and talk to the tree, tell it your problems. It doesn't care, it loves you. And so you can just sit there, you can talk to the tree, and then just say, tree, I would love to know what it is like to be you for just a moment. And then just feel your energy merge into the energy of that tree, and just feel what it is like to be the tree for just a moment, and just be still with that. You could do that even with a rock. If you wanted to do that, maybe pick up a rock and bring it home with you and sit with it and meditate and hold it in your hand and say, I want to know what it is like to be you for just a moment. And then next thing you know, you feel like you're a rock being held by a human. And so those are some exchanges you could do with nature to see that it is a consciousness, that it is all frequency, it is all energy. And you can change energy, and you can shift into these other energies. And like we said before, talk to it, talk to the air, talk to the food, talk to the water, talk to the trees, talk to your home, talk to the bed you sleep in. Just talk to everything. It is all listening. It is all there. It is all energy.
Yes, very similar to what some of Dolores Cannon's sessions.
We want to laugh because somebody rolled their eyes. We saw that. We want you to know that. But that is okay. You can roll your eyes, and that is okay, because we think you're going to try it anyway. We want you to just give it a try. Talk to something that you wouldn't normally talk to. And just be in the energy and the fun of the idea that it's talking back to you, and just be in that imagination. But yes, we love to reinforce anything Dolores Cannon has said or done, because she has been a, what is the word we're looking for? The word that comes to mind is maverick. She has been a maverick and plowing the path. She has been a significant part of us connecting with many people on this planet. And so we love all the work that she has done.
Many doors has opened.
Yes.
All right. Before we begin our next question, can I ask about some UFO information?
We knew this was coming.
Yes.
Do you want to play some UFO music before we get into this? Just do a little.
I don't. What kind of UFO music?
we like your hesitation. Maybe you go woo 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 woo, make some little weird noise that people think these UFOs make. Woo 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 woo. There, now we did it. Now we can bring the UFOs in. We have the noise. We have the sound.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I've been putting off this question, and a couple of times I forgot about it, but I did wanted to bring it up, and it's going to lead to the next question with something that happened recently in a video. But this deals with the Navy releasing a video of a UFO craft. And we thought it was, many people in the community thought that was interesting, that now a lot of this is coming out, and the Navy released this video of this UFO craft. And my question is not what kind of craft is it, anything like that, but why now? Why release this video now?
We actually helped and assisted in answering a question much like this earlier. And what we want to say to you all is that, again, the frequencies of your planet have to reach a certain frequency, a certain vibration to support. we are sorry, the mantis beings would like to come in, and they are usually, this is fun and challenging at the same time, as they both, we want to speak and so do they. And they are saying that the ships that we're seeing were theirs. We are trying to figure out how to translate that for you. That was a lot of information in a very little bit of code. And what they were showing us is that they were, the frequencies have to be in the right setting, and the ones that work the most with frequencies are the mantis beings. They are very telepathic. They were giving messages to the pilots as they were moving their ships around and doing this little dance, so to speak, to get their attention. They were also telepathically sending messages to these pilots that it is time for people to know. And they are going to be doing more and more of that. But again, it is not something that can be sprung on humankind, because as we have all been working so hard, all of you listening, all of you doing these videos, all of you that are channeling and bringing the message of love and support, and we are here, and we are all doing this together to raise the vibration of this planet, to raise these frequencies up. And then boom, here comes a spaceship, and everybody goes into fear that is not in this enlightenment yet, and everything we worked for is gone. Everything we work for is gone, because everybody goes into fear, and the fear gets amplified through, you have all watched the 9/11 and the planes crashing into the towers, and these other worldly events that strike fear into everyone. But what happened with 9/11 is people came together in prayer, and people came together with their energy, and they came together in support, and they were able to measure that energy. Yes, do we all remember when that happened? And they were able to measure that energy. Well, we say to you that that is the energy that we can come in on. That is the energy that we can show ourselves with when people are ready. There has been so much damage done with what is a UFO, what is an alien, so much damage that we are not good energies. If you see a UFO, you're going to be abducted and cut up into pieces or sold off to slavery and this and that and all kinds of horror stories. And so if people were to see these things, if we were to come in more volume, actually, if we were just to decloak ourselves and everyone looked up, they would all scream, because we're all right up above you. But what we say is, we have to do this in little bits. We have to do this in little bits so that people can be like, ooh, I'm curious now, I'm curious. And the curiosity will lead them to this video and to the next video and to the next thing and the next thing, until they start to wake up to the idea that they've been brainwashed this whole time, and that there is so much more to what is out there in the world and in the galaxy, and what is waiting for them in their expansion of their own minds. And when they get to that point, then we can be seen. So we are saying that you will see more of it. You will see more of it come in as the collective continues to grow in the knowledge that there is more out there than what they have been told. And it is starting to grow. It is starting to expand. And we want to know, Jason, have you noticed that more people are talking about background people now?
Yes.
It seems that is out in the collective. It is starting to make its expansion, and there are a lot of different videos now being brought to light about the background people.
Very interesting how background people was brought up in 2 different YouTube videos. So
it is important to get the knowledge out there, but what we're saying, we are not being competitive about that in any means. What we're saying is that it is out there now in the channels, because we want the collective to know that you are further along than what you think you are with this ascension, because a lot of the background people, the backdrop people, whatever you want to call them, they are not part of the ascension process. It is the souls that are evolving and moving and expanding that you are much further along than you think you are. So try not to let the background people get in the way of that idea. But we do find it quite enlightening that all of a sudden now there are a lot of different videos coming out about the background people. And it is because this information is now being put into that grid or the collective consciousness of your planet. And so those who are channeling are picking up on that as well and moving that information out. It is like a collective push to help everyone understand that piece. Okay.
Interesting.
Did we answer your question all the way, or do we need to talk more about these spaceships?
You came very close to answering my second question that dealt with that same topic. Is the military or the Navy going to release more videos of UFOs or other phenomenon?
We are looking to the mantis for that answer. And they are not usually ones with a great huge sense of humor, but they are saying if we have anything to do about it, that is a yes. And they are showing that there are a lot more contact than what has been exposed, and there are a lot more people that have had these interactions, like with the one you saw, the video that you saw. This is not something everybody is willing to step out on the ledge and expose that they had seen it as well. They're still a little bit in the closet, one might say. So as more and more people do it, then they all start going, well, I'm going to get on board with this because I saw that too, and it's going to expand, it's going to ripple out. And the more people see that, here these people in planes that are made for war, made for fighting, they're flying around out there, and here's these ships, these spaceships flying around them, and they're not doing any harm to them. They come in peace. They want that message out there, that it's in peace, and that is the message to get to the collective, to damper the fear and move people into more of that curiosity. What else is out there? Why are they here? How long have they been here? And then they start digging for those answers. And like we said, they will find videos much like your own and all those others, those wonderful videos that are out there just waiting to feed them information. And that is the goal with all of that. So yes, there will be more disclosure. There will be more videos coming out, and there will be better videos coming out. As one of the comments that we heard was, why is it always the amateur photographer that gets the picture and it's fuzzy and it's not in focus and it's bouncing all over? Well, you will start to see more of the professional videos coming out and a clearer picture of whatever ship presents itself at that time.
Interesting.
Yeah, we are actually being shown that this is going to start in the second half, more so in the second half of 2020. As you're moving out of spring and into the summer months, there may be more contact coming into play and more people talking about it.
Okay. Interesting. All right. The next question or next topic will be about, I showed Tracie a video that dealt with the pink circle in the sky, a reddish circle in the sky. And we were wondering if you had any information to go along with that to tell us what that was about.
We're looking for the words to, and we want to ask, is there a group that wants to come in and explain this one? What you were seeing with the colors in the sky, and we know there are so many that want to explain it away with science and explain it away with the chemistry of the air and the clouds and and all of that goodness. But what we want to say to you is, when we talk about frequencies, and for those of you who have gone through the Ascension sessions, or even on these little channels that we do here, we talk about frequency coming in a color. And coming, and we will say to you, pick a color and move that color through. Why do we do that? Because that color holds a frequency. It holds a vibration. It holds a shift in your codes and in your DNA. And of course, that is something that you are seeing in the sky. When you see those colors come through the clouds as they were, and noticing that all the other clouds are moving, but this is not. And those are telltale signs that, you know, that there is something more going on than just nature itself making a pretty color. It is, it was a movement of energy. And what we are seeing with the particular one that you sent the video on is there was a frequency being sent down, and we ask you, what color was it?
Like a pinkish red.
Ah, did you say red?
Yes.
We want to laugh just a little because we said a lot of people will be experiencing red. And this is what we are talking about, even something as simple as that coming in, that red, pinkish red coming through that cloud. The frequencies of the red have already been moved into certain areas, and you may be seeing more and more and more of that. And as we are talking, Tracie is going, oh my goodness, when we were in Atlanta, the sunset was red. It was red. And it was very powerful. And yes, we are going to reinforce this. Watch the sky, watch the colors. You're going to see more red. Red is the frequency that is moving into the planet right now. It is not just a frequency for the earth and the plants and all of that life, but it is moving through your physical body, and it is going to be shifting your codes, your programs, so to speak, in your body. You each are made up of many, many different symbols of sacred geometry and shapes and codes, and you're going to be downloaded with new codes, new frequencies. And we say, invite that red in. It's a very passionate color. It's going to help you bring clarity. It's going to help you move forward. It's going to help you understand more of why you are here. And it's going to shift that little void in yourself. Those of you who are experiencing that void, bring in red, wear red, look at red, because the red is going to help bring in the clarity. We do have to laugh a little bit because the dog is over here snoring away, and we don't know if you can hear that or not, but it is very funny over here. Her dog is just making all kinds of noise with the snoring. And it is, of course, we are working through her, and she is sitting here going, really, you've got to sit there and snore right now. So
well,
it is
I
funny.
can't hear it, so
well, we'll be quiet for a second. Hold on. Let's see if it happens. Oh, our quietness made him quiet. Yes, he is making all kinds of noise with the snoring. It is funny. If anyone can hear that, just enjoy it. It is part of the beauty of just being real, right? And being in this moment. And so anyways, we are excited that it is, the question was about this cloud, and that this cloud was bringing in the color that we are already seeing and experiencing going on around us. And so enjoy the red. And there's some of you will be getting a turquoise as well, a turquoise color. So if you're resonating with that, go with that. Look at that color, bring that color in, bring it into your mind's eye, play with these colors. And if you are getting other colors, play with those colors too. But there is a lot of beautiful frequencies coming in, and they will work with your energy, and they will work with your moods. If you are having difficulty moving through some energy, call these colors in, move them through you. And use the sound that you feel comes with that color, and use that frequency to shift it. So that is what we have for you on the color in the clouds, the red and the pink. That is definitely an intentional color to have people look at and experience.
Interesting. Would there be more colors in the clouds, or different colors in the future by any chance?
Yes, there's, look at us try to find words. That was fun. So yes, there will be more colors in the clouds, and it will depend on what part of the world that you are in. You are going to experience colors. You'll be looking at the sky and thinking, that is a different color to be seeing at the sunset or the sunrise. And it is partly because your adjustments are your frequency alterations are starting to allow your physical eyes to see more colors, to see through certain dimensions, things that you couldn't see before, you are now going to be able to see. Some of you will be able to see more movement, as you know, sometimes you can see something move out of the corner of your eye. You'll start to see things more clearly when that happens. You'll know more about what that is. Yes, and there are often times when, and this happens with Tracie, and maybe it happens with some of you out there listening as well, and maybe with you, Jason, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're still in that little altered state a bit, and she sees things in her room, and they will stay there for a moment, and she'll get a very clear picture of them before they leave. And one of the things she saw the other day was, she woke up and she saw one of the tree people in her room, and she said, "Oh, hello, tree person." And then she went back to sleep. And there was another time she woke up and she could see the matrix of the window, the movement of the shapes and the fluidity of the window in a different dimension. As she was coming in from that dimension, she could see the movement of the window as it was still being fluid and hadn't come into a full solid window yet. She was still in that altered state. And so there are things to watch for, pay attention to. If you wake up in the middle of the night, just kind of open your eyes and see if anything is moving or anything is making itself known to you, little orbs, or maybe the thought of somebody that you love, or maybe a sound or something that happens.
Interesting.
Yes, we'll come visit you at night. We don't mind doing that and playing the boogeyman in your room. We'll be that monster under your bed. We like to come in and talk to you at night and play with you when you are in that altered state and help bring in more enlightenment while you're sleeping, because you are not in fear when you are sleeping. At least if you are not in a nightmare anyway. But most people, when they are sleeping, they are calm and they are relaxed, and it is easier for us to work with your energy in those states. So that is when most of you get your visits from us, is when you are in that sleeping state. So if you find yourself kind of coming out of it and you just keep your eyes closed and you roll over and you pull the covers up, you're not going to see anything. But if you find yourself kind of coming up a little bit, maybe open your eyes for just a second and see if there's anything in the room, and just see what comes into you as knowledge as to what is that object you just saw in the room. And we think you could have fun with that and play with that a little bit. And like we said, we'll come visit, we'll come play with you and do that with you.
Is this Daniel still?
This is the Imperials, which Daniel is part of the Imperials. He is part of that collective.
Interesting. Well, that was my last two topics, unless you have anything else you would like to share.
We always have things we like to share, yes. We do have the Lyrans here, the Lyrans, the feline race. We have a masculine energy with us today. It is very bold and is beautiful, lioness-looking imagery that he is bringing forward for us. And we will see if they have something to bring in for you at this time. So let us go connect with that. We are here and we would like to communicate for just a moment, as we want to bring in this energy of strength and of courage. But one of the subjects that we would like to touch on is one of making sure that people know that it is okay to be strong. It is okay to be in an energy of strength and of leadership and of guidance, without being harsh and being overbearing and being forceful. Those would be words that we would want to use. You can be a strong leader and still be compassionate and loving. You can still have boundaries and still be able to be confident in what it is that you are guiding people to. So those of you that are listening, that are in positions at work or in collectives of any sort, where you are the leader, we want to make sure that you are hearing that we want you to lead with compassion. We want you to lead with kindness. And we want you to check in with yourselves in this time, that if you are in charge of other people, if you are guiding them to do certain things, whether you are at work and you are giving them assignments for what they are to be doing for the day or whatever, you can still do that with kindness and not be walked on. A no is a no. You can still say no, but you don't have to be that boss that nobody likes because you're just, and we're going to use the word that's is coming to us, you are just being an ass. You don't have to be that. You can still be a good person, and you can still be a good leader, and you can be somebody that is encouraging your employees, that is encouraging your staff at that time, or whatever collective group that you are in. Be supportive, be encouraging, be compassionate, but still be strong and still be the leader, still be the authority. And each of you that are listening to this, that this resonates with, we want you to know that you can do this. You can do this. Make some shifts in what you are doing. Be the compassionate leader. Be the strong and wonderful leader with your boundaries, but you don't have to do it in a way that is bringing across disgruntled employees and disgruntled people. You can create a whole environment of people that love getting up in the morning and coming to work, even if their job is to stamp a box all day or to do something mundane. If you are a good leader and you are making their work environment a pleasurable one, they will be happy to get up in the morning and come to work and do that because they are being supported. And we say to you, it doesn't matter if they are licking stamps and putting them on an envelope all day long or whatever it is. If you are telling them that they are doing a good job, they're going to want to work harder for you. They're going to want to keep achieving these accolades. And so it is in your best interest, and it is in your heart's interest to be this good leader, because you are going to shift the planet with this leadership. And you are going to send these people home to their families in good moods, and then they're going to shift the moods of the family, and it will have a ripple effect. And people will just be happier because they are not dreading getting up in the morning and getting to that job and standing there all day or sitting all day doing the same old. You have the power to change their lives. You have the power to be creative, and you have the power to support them and to encourage them and to show them through example of how to be great and how to be the best version of themselves that they can be, because you are being the best version of yourself. And a quick smile or a quick pat on the back or accolade would be pleasant and could change that whole entire day for that person. So we say to you, you hold some power, and we know we're speaking to quite a few of you that are listening right now. And even if you are the employee in that situation, maybe you encourage your fellow employees and tell them what a good job they are doing. Get out of competition. Get out of competition. There is enough for everybody. And so if you get competitive or jealous of another person, be honest with yourself about that and get out of that. Move out of that energy. And be supportive of another person, be encouraging of another person. There's room for everyone to be successful and everyone to be dynamic and amazing and wonderful. Mm-hmm. So get up and be that version of yourself. Everyone is responsible for their part and being the best person that they can be. And so get up and do that. And if you don't feel like doing that, then get into that meditation. See that red color come in. Use your sound. Move that energy, and get rid of that void that is there, and say no more. You no longer have permission to be here negativity. You no longer have permission to be here depression. I am now going to step into my life, and I'm going to be the person that I came here to be, and I'm going to encourage others to do the same, and I'm going to be a good leader. I'm going to be a good employee. I'm going to be a good person, and I'm going to pass that on to my family, and they're going to go out into the world and pass it on to whoever they meet. And it is a very nice ripple effect, and it is a very powerful one. But for those of you that are in that position of leadership, of employing, of being in charge, you hold the greatest power, because you have the ability to make a difference in several lives by being a good leader and sending people home in a good mood and bringing them back in a good mood because they like working for you and they like that you appreciate them. And so just keep that in mind. Didn't see that one coming, did you, Jason?
That was
Now, one of the things that we would like to do before bringing this to a close is we would just like everyone to bring in that energy right now. Bring in that color. Either you're going to bring in turquoise or you're going to bring in red. And for those of you who are rebelling and want to bring in a different color, we say go for that. Go for the different color. Bring in the color that's resonating with you. Bring that in, and we want you to bring it in through the crown of your head all the way down through the chakra system. We want you to just move that energy all the way down. Feel it come in. Oh, some of you are using both colors. Very creative. We enjoy that. Do that. Bring in the red and the turquoise. We're calling in the highest power of you that can be integrated into you right now. That highest version of self that has been disconnected is now reconnecting and coming into the core of who you are. Breathe it in. Move it through the lungs, move it through the energy of your body. Bring it into that oxygen into the veins of your body and bring it in, circulate it through. Bringing in balance in your energy, bringing in you into balance. Bring your balance in for your family, bring your balance in for your work, bring your balance in for your finances. Bring in the balance, see it moving through, swirling it through, coming in. Unwind all the old stories, let them go. Let the old stories go. We call in for you in this season of wonderful family events and sharing and caring with each other and moving that energy in. And we just want to unwind all the old stories that you've had around these holidays, anything that's unpleasant, anything that is about money or work or just being tired and worn out and physically drained. Just unwind that story because we are bringing in the power. We are bringing in red. We are bringing in turquoise. We're bringing in beautiful colors into this energy field of yours, and we want you to just expand that out and just feel the energy shift within your body. It is up to you. Do you want to let this old one go? Unwind that old story. Yes, you do. We feel it. You want to let it go. Let it go, move it out, let it be transmuted by all this beautiful red and turquoise, and let it move through you. And now you feel yourself just feeling yourself intertwined with this energy, and it feels peaceful, and it feels calm, and it feels inviting, and it feels magical. Now you are seeing Christmas and Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and any other holiday that may be celebrated around the world. You are seeing it with ease and grace and love and gratitude. You are bringing in your power. You are bringing in the best version of you. You are bringing in your high self into this moment and into all moments where you get all your answers. And it is coming in with clarity. It is coming in with vision. It is coming in with passion. And you are going to expand that into the world, and you are going to make it a beautiful, beautiful season for everyone you are around. And they'll be like, what is going on? They'll be going, Jason, you're so much different. You're so alive and you're so excited about the holidays. What is happening here? This season, you are like hugging everyone. Yes, we see it for you. You're a hugger now. Give the love, spread it around, be in joy, be in gratitude, and just feel that go out to everyone around you. And Tracie is saying, and be appropriate about it. And so we want to have fun with you. We want everyone to be laughing and having a good time and enjoying this energy. And it is a beautiful, fun energy coming in. So be in that and enjoy it and allow for it to transform you and transform your life. Because when you are in this energy, you are in the energy of the greatest manifestations you will ever experience. So we invite you to bring that in and manifest and create. You are a very magical being. Now go out and do that. Go out and be magical, be powerful, be you. And with that, that will end what we have for you today. If you have any other questions, we would like to answer them for you. And then we will let Tracie come back in.
Nope, that is it for today. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the information. Very great and useful stuff today.
Yes, and it was quite a pleasure to bring that in and to have that journey with you today. So thank you for bringing in that beautiful red imagery of the cloud as well. And so we thank you, everyone. Go out and be wonderful. We will see you next time.
All right.
Okay, I'm still seeing red.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
I wonder if your shirt had anything to do with it.
Oh, right. Here we go. There was a reason they were pulling this one out of my closet. I was wearing a different, I was wearing black earlier, so I just had this urge to go change my clothes. But reaching through to pet the dog. You guys couldn't hear Buddy snoring. It was so loud.
Not that I know of. I heard a little something, but nah.
He was just sitting there, just sawing it away. It was funny, but yeah, good energy. Were you going to post that connection to that cloud, that video? Is there a way to do that on this?
Yeah, I'm going to post a link to that video in the description.
Yeah, that would be awesome, so they can see that, because it is red.
It's like reddish color.
Yeah.
It almost looks like you have a cloud, and then you have this in the background, this reddish. It's not almost circle, but it's. You do notice a difference. You see blue cloud, this red, and then blue, and it's like something going on.
And when you were asking if we could see other colors coming in through, one of the ones that I was seeing was green in the sky. So that wouldn't be a normal color, I don't think, for the sky. So that's something I'm going to be looking for.
Just bring in the rainbow.
Yeah.
All the colors.
Just bring it all in. Yeah. So very cool. Unless you're up in Alaska or one of those places where you see the aurora borealis coming through. I'm not sure where. I know that comes through in other areas of the world too, but I don't know if we'll get to see colors quite like that, but I do think that we're seeing some different colors. And if I think about it, I'll send you maybe a picture of that red sunset from when we were in Atlanta. That was, the sun was just red. And I was sitting there going, oh, yeah, we were seeing a lot of red up on that mountain. So.
Well, send it to me and I'll post that image right there.
Or there, depending on what happens. Whenever you post these videos, we're on opposite sides of what I think we are. So it's going to be right there.
Should be right there, but who knows?
You're like, we're there. Maybe it's down there. No. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be awesome. And the energy of the people watching, that was cool. And that
in the beginning, watching,
like when they were scanning the audience, I have to tell you guys, I don't know if it's just watching these kinds of videos or just setting the intention, but it just seems like everybody's buzzing right now. So gotcha. The energy was pretty juicy. It was good. It was up there and a lot different than other times when I've experienced them scanning the audience. So that's pretty cool.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I know. And since I'm my own boss, now I have to be nice to myself. And yeah. So it was just fun. I wasn't expecting that answer to come, or that to be the message. That was kind of fun to have that. They were just.
Yeah, that was good. That was an interesting message. I even took a couple little notes. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, and it makes sense. You encourage people around you, then
absolutely.
that's going to make their day better. They're going to want to come back to work if they're being appreciated. They were just showing even the simplest things, like whatever mundane job it might be, even if you're like the janitor sweeping floors all day. If somebody comes by and says, oh my gosh, I so appreciate when you do this because it looks so nice. Boom, that's all it takes. And, all
Try
of
to
us
be
need
that
to do
guy at
more of
work,
that. Yeah.
you know,
So it is. It makes a difference, and
give
it
them a
makes,
smile, talk to them, you know.
yeah, recognize them, appreciate them, give them some validation that they're doing something
Ask them how
important.
they doing, how their day's doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it is an important position, and anyone can do that. But yeah, definitely those that are in a position of being a boss, or yeah, having employees or people that they're working with, recognize it. Thumbs up them, man. Looking good. You guys are looking good out there.
Doing a great job.
Great job.
Yeah, I think some
So
bosses would need to learn that.
yeah, yeah. I can see some employees going, "Oh, how did that get sent to you? Oops. Hey, since you got that video, can you watch it right about there, from there to there?" No, I don't know how that got in your inbox, but could you maybe listen to that piece? So,
How was the UFO part, the mantis thing? That was
oh
different.
my gosh, that was so weird. The mantis were like, they so wanted them to know it was them.
It's
They
like,
were the one.
hey, hey.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't even the I had two of them trying to talk through me at the same time, and they just came in like, whoop, that was us, that was us. They were like, hey, we did that. And what they were showing though is that they were making that connection, which opened the minds of these pilots. They're like, ooh, what is that? And is that a UFO? And then that kind of opens the mind, and then they were able to kind of send them telepathy. And it looked to me like they were doing that in multiple places.
Yes.
So yeah, these are not the only ones that have had that experience, but they
Oh yeah,
are
absolutely.
they are working with them, trying to get this kind of exposure out there. And the more friendly they make that exchange, then the more people will be likely to be like, ooh, a UFO, not UFO. So yeah. So that was kind of what they were showing me anyways. It's the disclosure's coming, but if they do it now, that collective fear would outweigh
Right, right.
all the other good stuff. So
Not enough people awaken.
yeah, or there's still enough that even those background people can exude the fear. They still have the ability to do those kinds of things. So they have to be careful how they come in.
Hmm.
Easily, gently, keep showing themselves, keep making their appearances. More and more people will see it. So
Yes.
get,
Oh yeah,
get those
absolutely.
amateur videos out there. Thought that was funny. More professional videos will come, less amateur ones, I guess. But that's good
Yeah.
news.
I do have to say that that Navy video was pretty good. So
Yeah, yeah, more like that will. It sound like will make their way, and they were saying the second half of the year, but I was feeling more like March when they were talking about it. It felt more like March and April versus like summer. So
depend
um,
probably the frequency, how things are going.
yeah,
Hey, can we do an appearance?
yeah, hello, yeah. I can't wait till they're just like standing there with me and with you, standing there in the video with us. But
Like, hey.
yeah, with their long fingers there or their mantis hands.
Right. And I do have to say, and I thought this was interesting when I had a client with a QHHT session. She said that, they walked among us and they were helping us and everything, and they had a certain glow. And I forgot what planet they were from. She didn't say what planet they were from, but they look humanoid. They look human, but just very light body, like light was coming through their
Mm,
body, and they would help us with different things.
It
And
makes sense. Yeah.
at the end, she's like, yeah, they will walk among us again. I was like, whoa.
I believe it. Yeah.
And then I asked her, um, would that be this lifetime? They're like, yes, soon. I was like, okay.
Yay. That's cool. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
They just have
So
to get us
it's like they'll
to
have to
not
prep
shoot
us.
at them.
Yeah. So they have to prep us. If they're coming, soon again, then they'll have to prep us, you know, as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody was asking me, why don't they just download us all with this information? It's like, well, for some of us, we're all like, yeah, do that. But I mean, there's a lot of people out there that still don't even know if they believe in UFOs and aliens yet. It's not like they can just kind of zap everyone. But yeah. And you have to be at a certain frequency to receive that information too. So
Right.
do
And that
your
was
work. If you want that, do your work. So yeah.
right. It's kind of like even in the books, they were like saying, like, yeah, you have a radio station and you turn
Yeah.
the dial, but the data's here, but you're still like here.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Can't quite find that right frequency yet. So yeah. And once you start getting that tuned in, then yeah, it'll all start flowing in and you'll be like, oh, this is what they're talking about.
Did you have anything else on that color in the sky, the red circle looking thing in the sky? Did anything else come through on that one?
We were only able to see part of it. And the camera probably didn't do it justice is what I'm thinking, but they were showing this whole beam of energy. Like even the person that was videotaping that was in that beam of energy, but that was just like the source that they were able to see of it. But there was a larger expansion of that. You guys can't hear him snoring? Why does he stop when I do that? He's over here just snoring.
He's probably like, why is it so quiet?
Yeah. Why'd you quit talking? Yeah, he makes this noise like, it's the German Shepherd, the 120-pound dog. He's just over here just snoring away. So anyway, but yeah, the energy itself seemed almost umbrellaed out, and what you were seeing was that top of the umbrella kind of a thing. So yeah, that even the people taking the video were in that energy. They were in the bubble. So
nice.
Yeah.
Interesting times indeed.
More to come. Yeah. Yeah. More to come. Tune in. Oh. So very good, but very exciting. And I love that everybody's energy is back up again. Mercury's out of retrograde. It's time to just bring these energies back up. And I think there's a lot going on with Jupiter right now astrologically. So wherever that's landing in people's charts, it's going to bring them some good luck. And so, yeah, I know it's doing a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on in the Capricorn sign. So wherever Capricorn is in your chart, and I don't know a lot about astrology. I hope I'm doing this right. So,
don't ask you too many questions.
Bunch of planets. Yeah, a bunch of planets are going into Capricorn. So wherever Capricorn is in your chart, that's where it's going to affect you. And I'm sure if somebody does astrology, they're going to correct me, but that's okay because I think it's important. It's like this big open door. There's good luck coming, and it's a good time to manifest and create. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
So let that energy bring you back up and start thinking about what is it you want to create. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's perfect. So, all right. Well, anything else you want to share, Jason?
No. I mean, one of my things that I will be working on creating is that group channeling. So yeah, I would like to get some people together because I do have to say the energy is different. Watching it and then experiencing it, even right now live, So that's one of the things I would like to work on, and then later on explore like a mastermind group gathering, where a group of individuals come together and we all work out whatever questions or needs that we have.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what we need to work on next, is doing a live version of this so everybody can experience it live.
We can do that.
We'll have to play with that idea.
Comment below.
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit more comfortable with it now. So I think before it was kind of like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But the more you guys keep encouraging us, the closer we get to that, right? So
right.
Yeah, you guys are our boss. Get down there, encourage us, tell us, you know, good, happy things that'll make us want to do it again.
That was always one of the ideas I had in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Live channeling. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think that would be a great thing to share with the community. If you guys think that would be something you'd enjoy, getting this live. I would like to see what the channel, you know, when you have them tune in, you know, they're looking at the audience in the future. And so that would be kind of cool to see what happens when the audience is right there watching at the time.
Nice.
So I'd be curious.
Just imagine when you have like 20,000 viewers.
I want to. I was telling Jason earlier, it's in my astrology chart that I'm a little insecure. So when he says that, I'm kind of like,
Look, it's just 20,000 people.
Just 20,000. Yeah. It's not like when it's 1 million.
It's a small town.
That's right. So yeah, bring your friends. Bring those numbers up. All right. Perfect. Well,
that was some great information, I do have to say, even at the end with the Lyran race.
Oh yeah, that was a big Lyran.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Very masculine, big. You had a big energy. That was a big boy. But yeah, I wouldn't mess with him. If he came in and told me to be a better boss, I'd be like, okay, don't eat me. No. Nice. Although, you know, they're such a loving, compassionate race, and they're all about, like you heard, they're all about, you know, bringing people up, build them up, encourage people. It's all love and kindness with them. But yeah, he was a big energy. So
nice. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, we got another one down.
All right.
So
bye, everybody.
Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah. Talk to you next time.